I don't know if you're ready.
How are you gonna start?
Welcome.
Welcome to another episode of Every Dirty Detail. We got a good one for you today, right?
I mean, I'm not going to say that, but are you ready?
You're not gonna say that? That's so far. Thank you. We don't like each other.
Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of Every Dirty Detail. I'm Sasha, obviously your host, and today we have a special guest. Special in many ways.
We're starting like that already.
This is my fiance Ray.
We're engaged. Sorry. Yes. Hi everyone.
He wanted to jump on today because Ashley and I's schedule has been a little crazy lately, and we haven't been able to record. And there's only so much I can say when I have the kids on. So, nonetheless, Ray, it is.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.
I'm glad I live here.
Okay. So we obviously have been together for a long time, almost 11 and a half years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. Jesus, help me.
And we talk on the phone a lot. We talk a lot, period. And there's been something recently that's been coming up a lot when it comes to like different conversations that he's had, different things that I've seen and heard on the internet too. So we figured that we'd do an episode on it.
We collab, as they say, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
We're collabing today.
Yeah. Anyway, so it talks about, we're going to talk about 50-50 in relationships and how that can work and what that kind of actually means to us.
Well, for other people as well, but it could go in many different ways.
This is true.
50-50 depends on how people view it, how people see it.
So this is just our opinion. We're no experts here. We don't even get along half the time, but no, but seriously, we are not experts over here. We just know what has been working for us, and we think it's valuable. So we're going to share it.
Yes, and give our opinion.
This is just our opinion.
What would entail that for you? What do you think 50-50 means?
Well, I don't want to start off like that.
No?
I want to start off with the comments that you get.
The comments that I get? Well, yeah. I mean...
when he tells people that he has to come home because he's got to do dishes or helps with the laundry.
Yeah, but that's me knowing that I'm trying to...
Yes, but the comments that you get when you say that to other men.
Well, that I'm crazy and am I a housewife?
The utter surprise that they have on their face when he says that, like, you help her do that?
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's all going back to how they were raised, but them not understanding just because you work 14 hours and then to come home and do more stuff. I mean, I know someone that was like, I just put my feet up and she can continue doing what she's doing. I don't think that's right. But we have that kind of dynamic where if I see you washing dishes and I hear the laundry go off, I'll go switch the laundry for you. Or if you're switching the laundry and the dishes there, then I'll go do the dishes. I mean, that's how I see it. I've heard plenty of people that could care less to wash dishes, could care less to switch the laundry, could care less to mop a damn floor. I don't even think they know how to clean sometimes. But we have that kind of dynamic, I should say, that if you're doing one thing, I'm going to try to do the other. My job doesn't end. I don't want to call it a job. Is that weird?
No, it's like a job.
Yeah,
I think there's like studies that have shown that the energy and everything that you put into housework is basically like working a whole another job.
It doesn't end for me when I get here. But obviously if I can take stuff off your shoulders to make your day easier, I mean, you got to pick up the kids, you got to do all these things. Why wouldn't I give you a helping hand?
We should start off by saying that we both work. So we're not just, I'm not just a stay-at-home wife, although that is the dream and I would love that. Nothing more than to just not have to go to work ever in my life. But that's not the case. This economy doesn't allow that. So we both work. So it's not like I'm just sitting home and he's doing all the work and then I expect him to do everything when he comes home too. Like that's not the case. We both work, but that was something that I had seen a lot of when it came to 50-50 in relationships, because everyone just focused on the money aspect of it and, oh, they wanted to go 50-50. But from a lot of women, what I've heard specifically from women is that, they don't really mind going 50-50, or that they're asked to go 50-50 or expected or whatever. That's what works for them money wise, is to go 50-50 in the relationship to help pay with bills and all of that. Fine. But the problem comes in when it's not 50-50 when it comes to everything else, such as housework, kids, etc. And that, I think, is where there's a big issue when it comes to the whole 50-50 thing. And I don't think that's wrong. If I was expected to, pay 50-50 on everything, split everything evenly, and do all of that, but then do everything for the kids and everything for the house by myself, I don't think this relationship would have lasted at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also, like you said, it's a job, but you're doing your job and then picking up the kids and then to come home and do everything. I mean, we do prep, we do those things, but sometimes it's overwhelming. I mean, you've had a day. It's not going to be easy for you to keep your mind straight when you got a crazy client or someone giving you a hard time, and you got to come home and still do the other things. I mean, giving a helping hand, why wouldn't I want to do that? It's going to make your day easier. It's obviously going to help you mentally. But to just come home and be like, give you a nice slap on the butt and all right, let me know when dinner's done. It's just not going to get us even further, and it's going to make your night longer. And then what? You're going to bed at 11 o'clock, just
Mm-hmm.
trying to get everything done and situated for everyone else. Like I don't see that working. It's obviously going to cause an imbalance and a disconnect in the relationship. So having that partner that can pick up the slack is a big benefit for, in our opinion, for
I mean, I don't even think it's picking up the slack. I think it's doing your fair share. I mean, why should the household work or anything fall on one person? In my opinion, it shouldn't. I watched it all fall on my mom growing up. I mean, my mom did everything, but for the majority of my life growing up, my mom didn't work. So, my stepdad worked and provided for the house. So he paid all the bills and he did all of that, worked long hours, all of it. And my mom stayed home. So, yeah, I mean, my mom was home all day. So she did the cooking, she did the cleaning, she did the laundry. I mean, you could have eaten off the floors in my house growing up. But it's because she was home. She had the time to do that. She didn't have another job other than us kids in the house. Nowadays, that's not the case. And you basically, I think everyone needs like a two-income home at least just to make it. So
yeah, but that was the
both
dynamic.
parties are working.
That was the dynamic back in the day. The husband's out, the wife's
But
at
I
home.
think a lot of men are still have that
Yeah,
mentality.
of course. I mean, I've heard it firsthand where it's like, you do what? And it's like, well, we started at a young age doing stuff around the house, helping my mom with dishes, cleaning, and all that stuff. So it's something that I already know. If you can't wash 4 dishes, I don't know what the issue is there. But I mean, it's just helping out. I mean, if you don't, then how do you expect to be loving at the end of the night when you come home, you got to clean, you got to cook, and then you got to do the dishes, and you're just over there, hanging out. Uh, it, I don't know. I don't see it working. It hasn't worked in, I don't know, what, 11 and a half years, you said?
Yeah.
We pick up each other, well, from one end to the other of doing different things around the house. It's worked. Plus, we like to be clean. There's other things of people that don't like to be clean. So
That's a different subject,
yeah,
but
but
anyway.
that's I don't know. It's worked. But like I said, some people see it at 50-50. So if I took out the trash, the recycling, and fed the dog, I did my 50. Now you got to do your 50. I don't think that's. I don't think that I've heard people be that way,
Oh, okay.
and that's weird to me. Like it's like you gave me a chore chart. That would be weird.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't see that working either. But I've heard people be like, "Yeah, well, I took care of the dog."
Okay, so more of like the whole like gender roles.
Yeah, like
So like the man would take out the trash, the woman would do the dishes type of thing. Okay.
and could, but I mean, there's I don't cook, but I can.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah, but
You cook. Our kids are picky. So some nights I'm not making just one meal. Some nights I have to make a couple meals. And come at me for it. I don't care. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do it because if that's what my kids are going to eat, and that's, I don't care. There's some people who don't believe in that.
Your guys
They,
can't say what you feed them.
they believe in, you know, you eat what I cook, and that is great. That's on you. I'm so happy for you. Love that for you. Doesn't work in this house. So there's some nights where I make multiple meals. And if it happens to be meals that Ray isn't going to eat, he will also make his own food.
Yeah.
He will say, it's okay, don't worry about me, worry about you and the kids, and make his own meals. And that's something that's helpful too, because I'm like, okay, that's one less meal I have to make, one less thing I have to worry about. Also, gender roles are not really a thing here. Like, I take out the trash, he takes out the trash. We both feed the dog, we both walk the dog. Occasionally, we're lucky enough where the kids are doing things too.
Yeah, but we started
we
that with them.
we both wash dishes.
They started doing their own laundry. Manny, not so much, but the older two do their own laundry.
Yeah.
I mean, they make their beds. We try to tell them to keep their room clean, but I don't. I don't know.
I think the only things that we kind of do keep separately, like I vacuum and mop for the most part. That's not to say that he won't do that. For the most part, that's what I do. That's what I do on my Tuesdays. My Tuesdays, I vacuum mop the whole house and tidy up, clean whatever it is that I need to clean. On Sundays, it's his day where he's home because I'm at work on Sundays and he cleans. I will say, since we've been together, I've cleaned the toilet maybe a whole of 3 times, if that. I will say, and I am thankful for that because he cleans the toilets. So that is a win for me.
Like that, okay?
No, but that's a win for me because I'm not peeing all over the toilet seat. So it's a win for me that I don't have to clean that. But if I had to, I would. So I would say that's a thing with us too. Like, there's no real gender roles. Like, I have to do the dishes and the laundry. No, that's not the case. If he sees our baskets full, he will do the laundry. If I see that the sink is full, I'll do the dishes. Like, it's just whoever can do it at that point in time. And a lot of times, I'm grumpy, and he'll just be like, you know what, go lay down. I'll do the dishes.
But I mean, that's also another thing that you can take on. Like, it's team. You know what I mean? However, I can pick up the slack from here, or however you can pick up the slack from me. I mean, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I want to get to bed early, so took care of everything else. All I had to do was just eat, shower, and then get right to bed so I can wake up early.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how you see it. But I have heard people that, like, they'll take out the trash, do the recycling, and feed a dog and walk the dog, and the wife has to take everything else. But I've heard them also say she's always stressed, she's always mad. Well, do some more shit.
And I want to even go further with that, because I think a lot of times she's always mad, she's always this, she never wants to be intimate. And I think, personally, my opinion, that some of that probably comes from the fact that she's so stressed out. I think it was Eric Thomas, maybe, the motivational speaker. I think it was him. I saw one of his reels one day, and what he was saying was that his wife didn't want to be intimate, and was like they were struggling, having an issue in their sex life at the moment. And he didn't realize it was because, when they were calmed at the end of the day, and that's when they would go to be intimate, in her head, she's thinking about, this needs to get done, that needs to get done. How are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to come up with extra money for this? And because she was so stressed out, that obviously affected her, because who's going to be in the mood when that's all they can think about? And I mean, we kind of had not an incident like that, but like the other day, you wanted to sit and relax, but I knew that there was it dishes, right?
Oh no, you wanted to do the floors.
I wanted to do the floors. I didn't. Manny had a field trip, and I chaperoned it, so I didn't get to do my normal Tuesday routine. And it was now Sunday, and I had a friend over, and her son was crawling over the ground, and all I kept thinking was, oh my God, I need to vacuum and mop these floors because they're so gross. But I kept thinking about that. So afterwards, when we go to sit down and he's like, let's relax, let's watch a show, we'll do whatever it is later. But there was a sink full of dishes because we had dinner, and the floors needed to be vacuumed and mopped. I literally could not sit down and relax because all I could think about was that those two things needed to get done. They're a little time consuming. We have 3 levels to vacuum in this house. Like I knew that these things needed to get done, and I couldn't even relax, even to watch a show. I couldn't even think about trying to be intimate at that point in time, knowing that I needed to get these things done. I wouldn't have been into it. I would have been rushed. I would have been like, let's just get this done and over with, because I need to move on and start vacuuming and mopping the floors or doing the dishes, whatever. And I think that that's a big part of that as well. Like, we understand certain men go to work all day, their wives may not work, or they work part-time and, whatever. And then they want to come home and kick their feet up, but then also expect everything to be done around the house, everything to be handled with the kids. But then also you expect that person to then want to be intimate with you. And it's like, they're exhausted. Mm-hmm. They've worked, or they've just taken care of the house or the kids all day. Like, they're tired at that point. And if you're not going to help with anything, like specifically that day, I vacuumed and mopped and Ray did the dishes. And it was that much quicker for us to get all those things done. And then we could relax. I could go upstairs and relax because I wasn't thinking about the fact that I needed to get these done.
But that also goes into like what you said about Eric Thomas. He learned that from his partner. So, I mean, he didn't know it at first until she expressed that to him. Like, how can I give you this when, I'm taking care of the bills, I'm doing all these things, and
I think for her, she was more worried about how things were going to get paid.
Yeah, and he's basically said it. He's like, she was thinking like a man, and I was just in La La Land over here thinking like a boy. But as soon as they came together and figured out what he has to do and what she needed, that's when everything got better for them. But it falls into a lot of things with people too. I got homies that didn't understand why the girl was mad and why their wife was treating them the same, a certain way. And you can ask them, what'd you do when you got home? Just sat down. I've been there before. I come home, I don't want to do anything, I'll just go play a video game. But I've also can read the room where she needs help or she needs me to do something. Some people don't care to read the room.
Yeah, and it's a controversy. But then they want to know why their partner is so mad, upset, and all of that all the time. And it's like, how difficult is it if you see them doing something? Like, why not get up and help? Why not ask them what you can help? Like, if I was doing the dishes, obviously I can't be like, yeah, help me do the dishes. We can't both do the dishes. But I could have been like, hey, I'm doing the dishes. Can you please just go get the laundry for me, or switch the laundry for me, or whatever the case may be. Communication, yes, is a big thing as well.
Might be a thing too. If you tell me, hey, I'm stressed, I know you're playing a game, but go do the laundry. Game ain't worth nothing to me. I'm just gonna go.
But not everybody would do that, and then they wonder why their partner is so mad. And it's like, well, what the heck? What did you help with?
And so, but it also goes back to, like you said, with your mom. Like, she knew. I don't want to say she knew her role. I don't mean it like that, but her role in the household. Like, I'm home all day. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna get you guys ready. I'm gonna do all that. Like, she knew that he was gonna work a 15, 16-hour day. She had stuff to do around the house. It's not like she was being lazy, but she knew it. Like, I know your mom's super, like, she likes to clean. Wow.
She likes cleaning. Yeah. Like, that's a whole different level. But
she probably cleaned the house on Monday, and she probably cleaned it again on Tuesday, Wednesday. But it's also something that she knew she had to, not had to do, but her part to continue on her marriage and all that stuff. But I don't think a lot of people see it that way.
And I will say she did all of that, and still every night, it didn't matter what time my stepdad was coming home, she always, if possible, always tried to make sure that he had a hot meal to come home with. Like, not just like she's warming it up in the microwave. Like, no, she's literally making him a meal so it is hot when he comes home.
Another pet peeve of hers, she hates when we eat cold food. So, but we try to do that as well to make sure that we eat a hot meal. And then get everything going so that, we got 3 boys. We're going to have dishes. We're going to have stuff.
But I think that's one of the things that I do love about the fact that you help out is that these kids do see it. They're watching him scrub toilets. They're watching him wash dishes, do laundry, take the dog out, all of that stuff. So I hope by the time they grow up and find partners and are living with a partner that they follow that same
I mean,
same route.
I got it from. I watched my dad do it. I mean, my mom was at home. She worked part time, and my dad would work a 12-hour shift, and he'd come home and either do the dishes or grab the laundry because we got to go to the laundromat, or start sweeping the floor or something. Like, he didn't sit down. The only time we did sit down is to eat. So we had a floor TV back then, but we're not gonna go there now. But I got it from him, and same thing with my mom. Seeing her clean the house and all that stuff. I mean, I guess it's how you were raised, but I don't think that should be an excuse if you can tell that your significant other is stressed. It's probably something around the house.
I would agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
if it's not something that happened at work or the kids, like, it's definitely something going on at the house.
And I mean, that's also something that I feel a lot of people bring in, having a bad day, and then you bring it into your home. Like, I've learned to just leave that outside the door. There's no point in bringing in your bad day, because it's just gonna, if you're already in a bad mood, I'm gonna bring my day to you too. It's just not gonna help no one. So that could be another thing, but I'm 90% sure it's probably something you didn't do around the house, like leaving your socks somewhere on the toilet seat.
You used to do the socks all the time.
Oh yeah, Alex or David, one of the two.
You used to as well.
No.
Back at your mom's, yeah, huh?
I would never.
You would leave your socks. I literally remember her screaming at you for it.
Oh, I was just doing it for fun then, I guess.
Not anymore, though. And for some odd reason, Alex and David, mainly Alex, always leaves one sock in the bathroom. I never understand how it happens, but it always does.
We haven't figured that out one yet, but sorry.
But anyway, that's off subject. But anyway.
Male or female role, that's also something that I've heard 50-50. If it works for you, great. I don't see that working. To certain things, obviously, like, it could be scams, but going out and getting stuff fixed for the cars, you've fallen into that realm too, where you go in for an oil change, and the next thing you know, you pay $3,000 for stuff that you didn't need. Sometimes I feel like that avenue does work, where you don't know about cars, they're just going to try to use that, But as far as anything else, I don't think one person should do this or that. Unless you're a terrible cook, then definitely let your wife cook.
If you're gonna burn down the house, don't cook.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I don't know. It's worked for us. I mean, hopefully people can tell us how it works for them.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching this and your wife's mad, just know you probably can do a dish or two. So
get the laundry. Take the trash out.
Yes.
Walk the dog.
I mean, it's worked for us.
Fold some blankets.
And that's another thing too. I wish I could, but obviously I wake up before her sometimes, but
hardly ever, unless it's on a day you have to go to Jersey.
Yeah, but
other than that, I'm out of bed before you.
That's like something that I obviously
I don't make the bed.
So yeah. But that's all that's a personal preference, obviously. Or how I like to rearrange stuff. She could leave everything as it is for a whole entire year. Like, I got that from my mom.
That doesn't have to do with splitting things. So
exactly.
Other than that, that is our hot take on that, on the whole 50-50 thing in the household.
We didn't touch on like bills.
Because all of our money goes into one bank account, and I handle the payment of all the bills.
Yeah.
And other than your credit cards, other than that, I log in, I make the payments, I manage the account most of the times. But
financial advisor.
But I mean, that's basically 50-50. We put everything into one account and then we just distribute.
But I've heard of people still not having joint accounts after 15, 20 years. So that's a little weird.
In our opinion. His opinion.
You don't think so?
I mean, we have different savings accounts.
Yeah, we do?
Yes. I have my own savings account.
I mean, that's a big topic too.
But I mean, I think that works for us because I mean, why I think it wouldn't work for others, it might be a little hard, is if there's like a huge gap in how much each person gets paid. I can see how that would kind of cause issues where we get, I mean, weekly, we make pretty close depending on the week, depending on how many clients, how many hours, like
Yeah.
we make close enough to each other. So I think that's a little bit different. We kind of luck out with that as well because, like I said, we
Yeah, but it's
both make
still
decent money. It goes
divvying.
into one account and then it goes to everything. But it's not like, oh, well, my paycheck goes in on Friday and you paid the electric on Friday. So that means you paid that from my money and I paid that. It's where it doesn't work like that.
So it's our saving account.
So it's our savings account with only my name on it.
There it is. But that's also.
But it's been used for you too.
No, I know. I'm not saying obviously I'm messing with you, but it's also that could be a factor as well. It's.
But I could see, yeah, if you're not making the same amount or close enough to the same amount, but you're expected to go 50-50 with finances, I can see where that would be an issue. But I mean, that's something that you guys would have to figure out because.
I mean, it helped us.
But I think the putting everything together and literally divvying it up and
Makes it easier. And I mean, having 4 different bank accounts, transfer this much, transfer that much, it's something's going to be forgotten. So that could be another thing too that could cause some tension where she's putting in 90 and you only got 10%. Damn, get your money up, bro.
no, but that's, I mean, that's a real thing too. If you're paying 50-50 and your partner makes, $100,000 more than you, then I mean, I can see why that would be an issue.
Yeah. Or why she wouldn't be a trophy wife if taking care of all these things. I know that's the goal. Relax. We're working on it.
But I mean, then the 50-50 thing, in my opinion,
We have to specify that.
is, if I was making 70K and you're making 200K and I'm expected to pay 50-50, I mean,
Yeah, but
I'm gonna be pissed if I have no money left over every week and you've got thousands. Like,
yeah, but that
no.
falls into trust. It falls into how long the relationship. If you're going in 5, 10 years and you still aren't sharing an account, again, my opinion, what are you doing it for?
True.
You know what I mean? If you're not going to succeed from that point where you're going to see her living paycheck to paycheck and you're just
living your best
life,
life.
like it's obviously going to cause some friction.
Well, I don't think a lot of, my opinion, men specifically are, well, I don't feel like men specifically have this urge to be a provider anymore.
I mean, whoever you talk to,
a lot of men don't. A lot of men would let their women provide.
No.
A lot of men don't really care about being the provider. As long as they're contributing, they think that that's okay.
Then they didn't have that.
And they don't care about being a provider. So
well, it all depends on
an issue in itself, though.
Yeah, like if you're, I don't know. I don't see how that works.
I don't know. That's an issue in itself. Not for today.
Yeah.
But I've got food in the crock pot. We've got laundry in the washer, and we've got a sink full of dishes. So on that note, we're gonna divvy this all up between the two of us, get going on dinner, and Ray might be on again. Maybe not. It depends if I like him for the day.
I'll definitely.
Again, this was just our hot takes on this. Definitely let us know what works for you guys. If you go 50-50, if you don't, what you think is right or how you feel about it, definitely let us know. Thank you for coming on today. You're not getting paid to do this, so thank you.
It's okay. I'll get paid another way. Thank you,
everyone. Thank you for joining us,
and we'll see you next
week. Bye.